Welcome everyone. This is Markets in a Minute. Today's going to be 3 markets in 3 minutes. We'll take a deeper dive into 3 markets that I think had some noteworthy moves on the day, and those markets were Jan soybeans, March bean oil, and Feb live cattle. So let's roll up our sleeves, get into it, take a look here. All right, the first market, soybeans, January 19, up 4 cents today, going out around 9.19-ish. I think it's significant because we were able to swing into a new swing high today. Recent swing high is where my crosshairs are. Let me bring that into the middle here. That was back on the 3rd of December, and the high was 9.23 3/4. Today we took that out, got up to 9.28, kind of failed a little bit, falling back by the day's close. Nonetheless, significant because we were able to climb into new highs. Basically, this is kind of telling me that there seems to be some confidence at the moment that the Chinese are going to make some sort of sales announcement. Hopefully that there's some optimism right now that there's going to be some kind of China sale in the near term. Plenty of rhetoric revolving around that circumstance. So at the moment, it seems like the market's holding on to that. The other thing that's kind of interesting is the USDA report that came out yesterday was construed as relatively mildly bearish, and the market took that information and just drove higher. So when a market takes bearish news and pops up, that's kind of saying something too. All right, so that one's kind of interesting. Next market is the bean oil futures. March contract up 3 today, 29.24 again. Not making significant highs because we've been higher just a couple months ago, but nonetheless, adding to the gains that we've seen over the last couple weeks. The March bean oil, as you can see in my crosshairs right there, and I'll move off, made new highs at about 29.5. So similar story to soybeans, right? It's the big recovery there out of the 27.5 area, getting up to 29.5. So that's rallying 2 cents, kind of a big pop. All right, so that one's kind of significant with the same backstory as the soybeans. And then over in the livestock futures, cattle, February version, had a swing high today, eked out a new high for this mini move here after coming off the 200 period moving average, back where my crosshairs are right there. All right, pushed up about 5 trading days ago up to 122 double, fell back a little bit like a market's supposed to do, and then we're pushing into new swing highs, getting up to a 123 even today. We are within a stone's throw of contract highs here, so it's going to be really interesting to see what happens in as much as how cash starts to trade, which is typically done towards the end of the week. So we are looking at those 3 markets. I find them kind of interesting, and just as the Chinese backdrop, to get a little backstory there, China's considered the world's top importer of beef, most of the business going elsewhere. All right. Expectations for U.S. exports this year of U.S. beef to China is about 4,000 metric tons for 2018. All right. And China's imports of beef for October were about 92,500 metric tons. So we're expected to get about 4,000 metric tons of about 92,500 metric tons. So in terms of a trade deal and trying to move forward, perhaps China might put the word beef into some language. And I think that's also helping to pop this market up a little bit too. All right, so that is what we have for now. 3 markets in 3 minutes. If anybody has any interest in devising strategies to take advantage of some of these moves, feel free to contact me. Until then, we'll leave it there.